ice cream bar. So today I thought I would share some like really mystic wisdom. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to share my ideas about how to kind of get the most out of the hobby and enjoy it the most, and then maybe I could hear from you guys and see if you guys have like other fun, neat tips. I don't know. I've been really down lately because I hate my job, so I thought this would be a fun kind of cheery kind of thing. So my first thing I like to remember is that not everyone is going to like you. You know, not everyone's going to always understand your artwork, whether it's like you know, a face-up or an article of clothing or, you know, whatever it is you're doing, a photograph. Not everyone's going to understand it, and not everyone's going to want to understand it. Some people just have their own stuff going on. It's always good, for me at least, to remind myself that that's just normal, that just happens, it's not anything personal. Water off a duck's back. I tend to look at other people's work sometimes and get really down on myself if I feel like, wow, that person is more talented than me. Sometimes it's like they're way more talented and they're also way younger than me, and how is that fair? Oh. And then I get really down on myself and I don't want to do anything, and it's like this whole big cycle. Everyone is going to be better at you at something. And instead of feeling jealous or feeling down on yourself or whatever it is, or you can even turn that the opposite way, if you feel like you're better at something than someone else, there's no need to feel like egotistical or look down on other people. You can learn from that instead of wasting your energy being on an ego trip or being very down and self-depreciating. Everybody's best at something, but nobody's best at everything. Cartoon logic. This is a big one for me. Don't stress about money. When I find myself, I mean, like, let's be honest, financial concerns are a part of most people's realities. But when I start worrying and stressing about money in this hobby, I like to remind myself of the first year I was in this hobby. And it took me a full year to save up for my first doll. And that whole first year I had him, I didn't really buy him anything. He had one outfit that was pre-made and I made him everything else. I didn't buy him eyes with, you know, he came with eyes, but I was using glass marbles to like change up the look. And I tried making some wigs and I tried making shoes and all kinds of failed projects. And they weren't good. It wasn't, you know, gallery quality stuff. But it was so much fun. Sometimes, you know, financial limitations actually have you come up with more creative solutions, and sometimes you just have to have fun and not worry about how other people are going to react to it or how they're gonna think about it. You dig? I know this is a pet peeve of mine. I'm pretty sure I've made a video about this before, but good crit is just like the most abused, least understood thing in this hobby from my perspective. Any crit that you get, you should really take with a grain of salt. But for those of you who are interested in getting or receiving critique, I'm just gonna give you a few basic ideas to maybe try. So the first thing is, when you ask for critique, first of all, be very clear that you're asking, and second of all, be very clear about what you want. Get into detail about what you like, what you don't like, what you think worked, what you struggled with. The more you talk, the easier it will be for other people to help you. And remember, if someone is rude to you, that's always an opportunity to show them how to be respectful in return. Yeah. And when you are giving critique, first of all, don't give critique unless, one, you really believe that the artist can improve, you sincerely believe that and you want to help them, and two, the person has to have asked for it. Don't just start critiquing people out of nowhere, because that's weird, and don't do that. The best way to start a critique is to start with something sincerely positive. Find something positive to say, even if it's just thank you for being so clear when you asked for critique. That's really awesome. I feel like we can get a dialogue going here. And that's really the most important thing. If you take nothing else away from this, please take this away. Good critique is a conversation. It's not a review, it's not just your initial reaction to a piece of artwork, it's a conversation. So really what you should be doing, instead of saying something like, I don't understand your color choice, maybe you should have gone with more reds instead of oranges, instead of that, ask, I'm wondering about your color choice. What made you choose orange? The more conversation you have, the more you're going to understand that artist's intention, which is something you really can't assume that you understand in the beginning. So a critique really is like a relationship building thing. That's not to say that other kinds of critiques don't have any validity or aren't entertaining. I think there's a lot of entertainment in just the kind of review critique where someone is, you know, sends in a picture and people will just respond to it on a forum or something, and it's basically just writing a review of the work. It's not ever as helpful as an actual conversation. Last but not least, my possibly most important thing is just to keep moving forward. Oftentimes, I find myself getting stuck when I'm in a project that doesn't work out, or if I'm just not feeling like people are responding to my work very well. I feel really stuck and I kind of want to take a break from the hobby. But I always find that if I take a break, when I come back, I still have that same kind of negative feeling. So it's really important, for me at least, to just keep moving forward and remember that everything is a learning experience. So if I have a project that falls through, instead of being upset and obsessing over how to fix it, for example, Muno's wig. Now that didn't completely fall through, but it was starting to get me very frustrated. I was starting to feel like I would never ever finish it. Instead of focusing on that, I went ahead and stopped working on it, made Citrus's wig, knocked it out in like a day. In that practice was able to kind of move past that bad feeling by actually finishing a different project. And I do kind of feel like you learn a little bit more from failure than you do from success. When you fail, you get the opportunity to say, why did this fail? It's kind of probably usually really obvious. Next time I can avoid these things, or I can do that instead. And it's this wonderful little warmth that you get after you're done feeling sad. But what about you guys? What do you guys do to like feel better and fully enjoy the hobby when something's getting you down? Do you guys have that? I feel like everyone has that, right? Anyway, can't wait to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to all of you later. Bye!